All right, all right, all right. Got some groovy music playing. I am digging the restream. I should probably put a plug out for whatever whatever sort of tech we're using. Hey, everyone who is here in Live Nation in the future. Those of you listening to me in the future. Hey, I decided to come back and do another stream too in one day. I just felt that I kind of led everybody wrong because I was looking all over. Let me turn down the cinematic here. It's getting a little exciting. There we go. I wanted to come back because we went to the 3D scans of Artemis, and I was looking for what I thought could have been a Tridactyl face. It was a face. It started with a head and a neck, and I couldn't find it. I thought I found the skull, so that's cool. Maybe a skull on the 3D scans seemed to match up kind of with even my little model I have here. So we're just going to go back this time, though. We are going to go back to Miss Artemis here, and we're going to go ahead and look at the video from our dear friends Alien Bodies at Reddit. I say dear friends, but some of the members are really just, I don't know, they're brutal. Don't gaslight people. Let's make that I'm making that a thing in my groups. There's no gaslighting, especially with this wacky topic, You can say you don't agree with somebody, I guess, I don't believe that. That's fine. You can do all these things, but remember, we're trying to be in polite conversation, and we're trying to keep a narrative going. We don't want to quash people's creativity, perhaps even, because I do think we are in a little bit of a stage of creativity where I'm hoping someone like myself comes in handy, and we can sort of look at things from maybe a different point of view. So, of course, the other thing that we hear from people, type of Reddit type people, I guess, is that, we really shouldn't be talking about this stuff. We should all just sit back quiet and tight and wait for the experts to tell us what we don't know. So why don't we look at it ourselves? And I decided that, well, I didn't decide, I realized that the Artemis face I want to look at, the egg with the fetus face, that's a funny thing to say. Oh my God, I just have funny words today. Funny fetus face. Say that 3 times fast. So let's look at the video. Okay, so you can see with Artemis here, we have one of her plates. Well, why does she have so many plates? Are they using that? Is that an exit for the children? I don't know. Is that like a garage door? Is that like open the pod doors, Hal? What's his name? Michael? David? I don't know. Do you remember what's the name of the Hal guy on 2001 Space Odyssey? We're back here to look at the eggs for a reason, though, because this one mass egg, and it's like, I don't know, is it 2 eggs in one? 3 eggs? Here we have it looks like a top-down view. But I'm waiting for a specific part, and we're going to pause it. Okay, so I will be attempting to pause it here. Hopefully it right about here. Okay, good. Let's just keep it on this screen for a second. We can just pause on this screen. Let's look at these eggs. And, so I guess some people are still on the thing about the llama skull thing. I mean, I don't know if they don't really explain a lot of the other body parts, but they're convinced that a llama skull is involved. And I guess because they think that's a llama skull, well, then they also think, that maybe Maria's just an interesting human, and these eggs could be fake because of their surface, their whatever the hardness is, there the Mohs scale of the egg, maybe. So we came back here, though. We're here to look at these eggs. We're going to stick with some of the other experts and reports that are out there that say the bodies were once living things. Once I was okay with that myself, and I made the connection throughout the archaeological record of these heart-shaped faces on petroglyph caves. Well, yeah, that set me running into the myths and the ancestral narratives that connects really all of us, all of mankind. So here we go. Once again, watch this. Do I have something here or not? Maybe I don't. Let's see. And this is where one of the shots that could be of interest. So yeah, so don't gaslight people, and we have to watch the whole pareidolia thing because people are accusing me of suffering. Dare I say, I'm suffering from pareidolia because I am attempting to make faces out of things that are here. But I went here. I came to these eggs looking specifically for what I think I'm going to find, which is pig dragons. Fetus-like beings, perhaps with forelimbs, front arms. I don't expect to see any back legs on these. I could be wrong. Who knows? These might be different, different editions, different models. And you can't blame me for thinking that because how many different editions and models of these beings are there? You know, there appears to be maybe a youthful stage, a bipedal, a large size. And, of course, I'm saying that these are probably the creatures from Hindu myth. The Buddhists and the Hindu people, they were well aware of Nagas and ogre beings and yakshas, the little dwarves. So let's look at this some more. I rattle on when really we're just here to look at some eggs, right? But I guess I didn't explain what we were last looking at. Let me go back. Now, I think you may not be able to see my screen. Let's see. Is that true? If I'm on, if I'm actually on the screen, can you see? Let's see. I have to move my other screen to even test this theory here. So yeah, you can't see my mouse is what I'm asking, it looks like. That's unfortunate because how am I going to point this out to you? Okay, what about this? What does this do? No, that's just the video, of course. Okay. Be nice to if I could zoom in for you guys. I want to just start this video back over. So again, there appears to be some sort of appendage, if you will. I think these eggs, when I was looking at the scans, it looks like maybe they were hatching. It looks like the eggs are within the body. There are pieces of the egg within the body. Okay, so look at the appendage on your left screen. I think what you're looking at is the lower jaw, possibly of a tridactyl fetus. I'm going to hit play. And here comes the face into view. Its eyes peering upwards, a underlay on the chin. And right there, I think you have a frontal facial view of a tridactyl being. A fetus. A pig dragon of sorts. Again, I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, maybe this is pareidolia. But for people just to levy that accusation automatically without even looking at what I'm looking or hearing any of the explanations, it's really just, it's getting old. It's almost like the new swamp gas. It's pareidolia and coincidences. You show someone a connection and they're like, that's just a coincidence. And it's weird too how people automatically gaslight people and they automatically assume that you're just making this wild guess at that moment right there, like without any sort of thought. So judge for yourself. Can I zoom in more? Maybe. No, that zoomed us out. Let's see. Like, how does Zoom work? Does your Zoom really work on your screen? I'm not really sure how Zoom works because I feel like I hit Zoom and nothing changes. Maybe someone could explain that to me one day. So I don't know. Do you see the face right now? He's looking up. He's on his back. We have. Let's keep going. Let's keep looking at it. This thing will come back around. Okay, so it was actually this view that kind of caught my attention. Now on the right-hand side of your screen, there is a sort of a triangular. Oh wait, I can see my mouse. Oh, why didn't I see that before? Oh my god. Well, I've been using it, so maybe you saw it. So I feel like we are having a top-down view of a serpentine tridactyl head. And now you see as it turns around to the side. So now we're starting to get the, what would you call that? Is that like a sagittal bump, perhaps? I'm not sure of my terms, but there's a bump on the top that could be part of the head there. And we're starting to get the left side, I think, at this time. So let's keep going. Left side. So we're getting like perhaps a left face there. I don't know. And now we might be getting a frontal view of the face again. That's an interesting shot. You know, I don't have that shot. So let me go ahead and screenshot that real quick, because this particular shot, I don't know, I'm getting a countenance. I'm getting a countenance. You ever hear me talk about countenance? What do I mean by that? I mean, you start to look at these things so long, you can sort of see some artists may have just done a really good job of just like capturing the personality of their subject, you know? Paint me like those French girls. So let's see. We got another tridactyl face here. I don't know. I just throw things in a file. Look at that. That's fun. I'm like seeing like a little nose and mouth there. This is new to me, so I'm glad I'm doing this with you guys. That's what's fun about stuff like this. I don't remember that view. So again, this pareidolia starts with one particular shot, that overview of the head. But I feel like I know what I'm looking for. I'm actually out looking for something very specific. I'm looking for, how long have we looked at these heads and faces, right? I mean, you get to hold the model, you know, we get to see them, we get to draw them and doodle them, and all these things. You get to see them depicted. I think after 9 months of this, I think I know what they look like without pareidolia. Oh my God, I'm starting to hate that word. Let's name someone's kid Pareidolia. Pareidolia and her brother Coincidence. All right, let's see. Let's take it for another round. Here we go. Loop-de-loo. Oh, and it is a loop-de-loo. We're doing a flip over. Poink. Oh, what is going on? So at this stage, my supposed pig dragon has like this arched neck coming out on the left-hand side here. I can use my mouse, I hear. So his head, maybe this is like an eye or a brow area. Head's looking down. That neck is interesting. I think that neck might connect to some, what it looked like striations, look like muscle striations within the egg. Let's keep going. And it's flipping back up towards us. So we're going to get a different pareidolia again, theoretically. And we have to thank the Institute of Inkari and Jungle Doc Productions for putting your words right over the damn face, guys. So, yeah, it makes for some challenging Photoshop later. So apparently my supposed pig dragon's looking at us. Let's hit play still. Ooh. Flips over. Now, I'm not even sure at this point what's going on. Is it looking straight down? It almost feels like it's gotten farther away, and I guess that's possible. Do we have a limb there? Is that a forelimb? Right? I'm okay with the forelimb because I'm expecting the child. The child. That is a Chinese letter. It is also one of these strange symbols that's found many different places. It's found in the U.S., carved on rocks. It's a Chinese letter, Xi. It's also for the Tamil people. It's Ganesh is the child. His trunk representing a malformed limb, representing one of these body parts. So we can still see that appendage there. It looks like a turkey neck, or in this position, it looks like an anaconda, which I think is probably related to Anunnaki, but that's a whole other... Is that a conspiracy? Or is it just a theory? I think it's just a theory because I don't think anyone planned it to be like that. Wow, that was fun. And now look, the video's coming to an end, but there's our appendage still up there. I mean, does this look like almost like a classic Jurassic Park dinosaur? So if it's pareidolia that's recurring. Let's keep going. I haven't looked at my chat. I don't know if anybody has tried communicating with me. I may have to pull the little video out here. So I had a little bit of confusion earlier. I thought that all the cool Artemis stuff was on the 3D scans. It wasn't. Okay. Here we go. Who am I talking to? I'm talking to whoever anyone's listening, Dr. J. That's funny. Who am I talking to? I don't know. But what a strange thing to say. Who am I talking to? Oh, he's on the K channel. That's funny. Yeah, so what is that? Kick? I don't know what that is. I just stream there, so I'm not really sure what the channel is. It's the green K. So who am I talking to? I guess Dr. J, I'm talking to hopefully people on Twitter ideally are listening. This will be recorded for posterity, of course. So there's that. And yeah, so I'm just talking to whoever will listen. So that's funny. Who are you talking to? Got De Niro here. What else? I was just going to check out, just see if there is anybody contacting me. That's why we checked that chat, right? Let's see anybody else. Oh, here we go. We got somebody. Let's see. Let's see. We may have someone who is joining us. Maybe the Truth Seeker will join us. Let me go ahead and send him a link because that could be fun. I mean, his name's cool, right? The Truth Seeker. Oh, it sounds like it could be a good ABC detective show. The Truth Seekers. That guy asked me who I'm talking to. I mean, I don't know. I ask myself that all the freaking time, to be quite honest. I don't know. I try to get random thing rolling here and just hopefully there's some interest. Yeah. You never know. Also, I also have to share, like you have to make a point to share your thing when it's posted. Otherwise people might not see it. So yeah, and it's also good for you guys. It depends who's on the team, right? Who's in my tribe? Who is here to promote the truth about the education and the science of tridactyls? Are you here for that? Are you here to get convinced by me that these things are real? Because I do try to convince people of that. I do. But the best way is to convince yourself, essentially, and that is to read the scientific reports. Go watch the testimonies of forensic experts in the Mexican Navy. I mean, even when you do watch it, the whole pomp and circumstance of like someone addressing their government. All right, we're going to pause this for a second here. We can go back and we can look at more eggs for sure. I'm going to hit this invite guest key here, and we're going to send that over to Truth Seeker. He asked me what platforms I'm on. I'm like, I think all of them. I try to be on as many platforms as possible. Just to, like an old-fashioned, it is like an old-fashioned TV show in some ways. Isn't that what they said in the old days? We would all be famous for like that. What's that paraphrasing of the quote? It's like, you'll all be famous for 5 minutes, but in the future, everyone will have a TV show. So we are doing that other stream. I'm okay with going back and looking at it again now that I invited someone to join us. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and let's go back and look at the eggs one more time. Let's see if I'm seeing something in the ether. My years of doing massive amounts of hallucinogenics have forced me to now see monsters where none exist. Right? So we're sharing the screen. We've got old Artemis eggs happening. Let's go ahead and bring it back to right about here. This is thanks to the guys in Alien Bodies, putting out lots of good truth. Place is full of skeptics, and some of them are just nasty, gaslighting skeptics. That's not cool. Do not gaslight people over this. You know, we can disagree nicely. You know, I know some people think it's just cool to be like, you know, remember the old days there was Andrew Dice Clay and like and insulting comics and stuff. I don't know. I guess the older you get, the less you like want conflict. Here we go. You guys ready? Who's watching? Are you watching this? I'm hoping, if we're lucky, this is a pig dragon. What do I mean by that? I mean a tridactyl in a fetus position, fetus stage, about to become a what? A tadpole stage? No, a polywog. It's going to come out with 2 arms, possibly. I'm thinking of seeing arms. I don't know. They start off, I think, without them. Yeah, that's crazy, right? Okay, so let's hit play again. And I'm going to pull out the mouse this time. Okay, it's a little hard to see. Let's go back. Let's go back. So this, again, there's 3 eggs, or this one's like 2. It's a mass egg. I don't know if they're even like up to, if there's several tridactyls in some of these eggs. Also, it looked like some of them have eggs themselves. So they're like eggs carrying eggs. So you can imagine how many of them are probably in Antarctica. Yeah, that's probably where they are. I mean, they almost kind of tell you that they're there, because there's all this talk about the underworld. Yeah, it's like literally under the world. I'm not saying that, you know, it's like some bad folk etymology there, right? But there is so many myths and legends about the black tortoise and the world tortoise and Atlas, and the fact that it's a continent twice the size of Australia, and the Americans and the Europeans haven't raped and pillaged it yet. Why? Why would you not? What? Why would you not? And we're always talking about like where we're mining and all this stuff, like we're all just trying to rub 2 nickels together when there's an entire continent there. And I'm all for keeping the environment. Don't take my stance wrong, but a lot of people are saying there's weird stuff happening in Antarctica. So let's keep that in mind. Okay, he is coming around the corner. You are looking at his lower chin like he just took an uppercut. Maybe this is why they're associated with the cobras. Look at that structure coming off of his, if it's even what I'm thinking of seeing, you know. But I could be lying to you, and I don't know what the hell this is. Let's hit play and let it move forward. Okay, he's coming around the mountain. And here is where I think I can see a face. The little pug face. His eyes are looking up to the top of the screen. I'm sorry I can't zoom in more. We'll have to figure out a way to do that. Let's hit play. We're looking at a possible fetus, tridactyl fetus, a pig dragon, as I call them, from China. Chinese pig dragons. Look them up. They're the stage in between the Magatama and what I believe is a netted jaguar or a water panther stage. Maybe even a type of sphinx would be easy. So I think this is a top-down view, and so it's looking very serpentine here. But it's also reminding me of like, well, it's reminding me of like some of the dead lizards I find around here in Florida. It's like, oh, that one got stuck in the house, just dried up and became a little Nazca mummy right in your house. It's funny. That's the way people say how like fake or they looked at first. I thought they were fake. But when you see a dried up lizard in your house, I mean, that doesn't really look very lifelike. Who's out there? Who's listening? You can send me a chat wherever you are. If you are watching this on Kick, is that what it's called? Maybe Dr. J can tell me. If you're watching it there, you can chat from there. Let's move on. We are in play. We are having this guy. We are looking at the top view. Let's just trace his nose-ish area, the side of his face, maybe some eye indentations there. Hitting play. Let's go. Okay, we have a possible left eye here, and maybe the top of a head. As it gets around the corner to about, what is that, like 4 o'clock, you might be able to see a little hump or bump on the head. Here, I don't know what I see, to be honest, just the side view. And then I had caught it just a little while ago where it looked, we got a screenshot of it. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's see. It's hard for me to tell myself. Zooming in. Yeah, it wasn't the perfect shot that I had before. That's okay. We screenshotted that. It was a nice little puggy looking face on the right there. So if it is pareidolia, we're able to sort of track it around and follow it. And it you would think maybe it would change more greater than it does, because it does change, obviously. Wow. So I'm going to take off Dr. J's comments here. Hey, let's see if anybody got my invite. I would love to have Truth Seeker on. That would be fun. And you can do camera, you can do audio. So no viewer participation, chat or mic. No, that's not true. You are taking part. So yeah, if you guys want, if I know you, feel free. You're welcome to step on. Let's go ahead and check out the Artemis site. Okay, let's see what's happening in the world. We're gonna go to check to the Alien Project site, is what I meant to say. Here we come to save the day. Let's see. Always good to open another window. Otherwise, you might close your shop, which I just about did. Oh. That's interesting. Okay. Well, what are we talking about? I was supposed to check some messages, so let's do that. So, yes, I believe these beings go through a metamorphosis stage from the Magatamas of Japan to a Chinese dragon of China. Let's see. Checking my messages here. And yeah, then we also have water panthers and netted jaguars. So water panthers, you'll find in some northern lakes related to North American myth. And the netted jaguars are my Twitter stream chat is off. That's unfortunate. I thought that automatically came on. Okay, well, what are you going to do? So that's fine. Doesn't really, I guess, matter too much at this point, right? What happens next? These things evolve. I believe when you see cat depictions, lion analogies, lion metaphors like Lion Rock of Siragia, is that how you pronounce it? I think that is how you pronounce it. Let's go ahead and look that up real quick. What do you think? Let me do that for you guys since we're talking about it. Yeah, you can always look it up yourself. Lion Rock, Sri Lanka. Okay. Let's find a nice. It's funny, they don't, not every picture is great. There's different shots of this rock that are good if you're into rocks. We're just going to wrap this up. I just wanted to show you the eggs, and I don't know. I think we've had enough. We've had enough talk. What do you think? I'll never know because not everyone's able to chat, right? Unfortunately, my chat is off on the Twitter for some reason. I never had to turn anything on before, so it's interesting. So this broadcaster has limited chat. Oh, what does that mean? They're banning me or something? I don't know. My assistant keeps popping in over here with important messages for me. So I just want to show you Lions Rock, and I'm just going to wrap it up from here because, well, just because. Uh, I leave you today with Lion's Rock. There you go. Where is it? Yeah, check that out. If that's not a tridactyl head and a precursor to the Sphinx, I don't know what is. Thanks for watching with the eggs with me again. We will do this again. Let's hope there's more cool discoveries out there. All right? All right, keep the wonder. Take care. Thanks for watching. I am out. Alienated. Out.